What?
So, John, as the only one on video here, do you think it's appropriate to not be wearing a shirt?
I think it's
Oh,
for
I'm
our
sorry. You
enjoyment.
don't like that? Oh, that's tough.
It's like we're doing a peep show or something, like watching live cam chat or something.
Come on, guys.
Or
We
can
need
I
to
get
get
some
about
gold?
130 gold.
Five
And we
more
can start
minutes and
my
I'll put on
private
my shirt,
show.
except it's reverse and everyone wants him to put on his clothes.
That'd be great.
5 more minutes and he'll put on his shirt. He will.
There we go. You guys feel more comfortable now?
Oh, I thought I got disconnected for a second, actually. No.
No, we're I think we're good.
Now I'm just imagining you with your shirt off in that picture.
Yeah, now it's worse, actually.
Well, you get to see a picture of me. What is it? The one that says Jason Studios with me in the floppy hat
Yeah, with the beard.
Yep.
with the beard.
Head
I just do
guy.
this. I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry.
Back to the picture.
Oh man, I'm sorry. You guys, geez, why don't you go to the other cable company? Oh, that's right. We're the only cable company here.
Womp womp.
Welcome to the Couchmasters. I'm John Riley, Couchmaster General, and with me, as always, is a man who's fast and curious.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Phil.
I thought you were saying I was fasting like it was the Jewish high holiday. But hi, everybody. It's Phil, the Issues Guy. It's good to be here.
And, of course, thank you, Phil.
I never know what to say after it's good to be. It's good to be here. And I always start to say something, but I never know where I'm going there. So it always starts like I'm cutting off. It's good to be here. So, yeah, it's good
You
to
just
be
cut your losses and shut up.
I should, but I think I felt like that explanation was needed.
And, of course, not with us today is, of course, the Scumbag. Scumbag is not here with us for the second week in a row. And Jesse is too busy picking apples to care about us. That's okay. I'm not offended.
Yummy apples.
Picking apples?
Hi, this is Jesse from the Apple Orchard. Yummy. I'm making a pie tonight.
So, yeah, Jesse's not with us today.
Okay. And a special guest, all the way from New York City, freelance writer, Colin Riley. My brother. Colin, how are you?
Hey, thanks, guys. It's great to be here.
Colin's
See,
trying to
now
be
they
very
nailed it.
That's how you do it, Phil. Nothing after that. You just
That,
drop
that,
it.
that was simple. That was good. I liked it.
Professional.
I'm going to borrow that next week.
You got it.
Practice makes perfect. Well, we have an interesting show today. We don't have two of the Couchmasters because they're on assignment, but we do have a couple of people, and it's great to actually have a guest for the show. Colin lives in Manhattan, freelance writer, does a lot of crazy things, and this is your third year at Comic-Con, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Now, Colin has been able to go there, and he worked a couple of times for certain companies that we shall not name, but he always has a great time. Colin, what was New York Comic Con like this year? Like, what was your favorite parts of it? Did you run into anybody? And I heard that you may have gone to a couple of the events, the evening events that were on, I think,
Yeah,
Friday.
I was following some of your posts about one of the evening events last night that I'm curious to hear about.
Oh, I will tell you all about that. It's cool. Like John said, I've been to New York Comic Con a few times, sort of working in a professional capacity, servicing the people.
So we're servicing the people. Wait, let's go.
It's the back room of Comic Con. You don't know about that part. But no, it's always been a lot of fun. This is my first year going, kind of snuck in through some friends of mine in the business. I got a exhibitor pass, and I got to sneak in to sort of experience the whole thing just as a consumer, which was great. So that means it was my first time seeing panels, doing the autograph area, like all sorts of interesting stuff. The Comic-Con, I will say this right up front, that a lot of people complain that Comic-Con doesn't ever have a really big comic book presence. This year, to me, was very big on comic books. A lot of comic book vendors, a lot of comic book properties really showing themselves. And I'm not talking about, like, there was a small movie presence, but a much bigger TV presence. That's sort of how the landscape sort of looked this year. Not as many video games, but it was it felt very smaller, or a big conference, but smaller pockets of things. Like there were small publishers and independent comic producers and a lot of good stuff like that was happening. I felt a lot more than there was just like the big Marvel stage of like Avengers. And then there's like, oh, there's the big Capcom, giant area. The Walking Dead was really, really big there this year. Fun story. right when I first got in on Thursday, I was checking in with a few people I knew and just saying hi. And I'm talking to some people at a booth, and all of a sudden I look over and I'm like, huh, who's that kind of pudgy, orange-haired guy? Oh, it's Robert Kirkman.
Oh,
This
nice.
is, yeah,
Creator of The Walking Dead.
creator of The Walking Dead. It was right before they had opened the doors to the main crowd, so it was really just people setting up booths. And I looked over and I caught him. And I'm like, hey, Robert. And he looks over, and I kind of give him a thumbs up. And then he waves, and he keeps going right on ambling past me in his,
Fuck, I thought
Kentucky
they
way.
didn't invite fans in yet.
It was, I almost had a fangasm. I almost had a total seizure on the spot. I was like, did you guys know that was Robert Kirkman? And nobody knew, and I was so upset. But that was a cool story right off the beginning there.
It's good that you're saying that the comic books are getting more of attention because the comic book industry in general needs that much more attention because in recent years, you were right, Comic-Con has swayed more towards movies and video games, and now it seems that they're placing everything where it should be. The PAXs should be focused more on video games, and the comic book industry really needs this kick. So
It definitely needs a stimulus itself because, living in San Diego, I was able to go to, I think it was 2005 San Diego Comic-Con, and it was completely opposite of what Colin is talking about because it was great to see kind of a great presence. I knew exactly what he was saying because it seemed that San Diego Comic-Con is movies, television shows, more or less that, but, they'll have comic book presence, but it'll comic book presence in the form of new media, whether the televisions or movies coming up, the Avengers movie and Batman movie and everything right here. But it's great to see because that's exactly what people want to see in San Diego Comic-Con that has disappeared in the last 10 years. So it's good to see that, a place that people know as, it's kind of like Comic-Con East has that kind of pull on right there because people will travel from San Diego to Comic-Con or wherever they're coming from to enjoy that because you still get the same kind of atmosphere, same kind of draw with as far as celebrities, but you're getting more of what you really want.
Yeah, totally. It was it was very cool, very interesting experience. Stanley was all over the place. One of the things I saw that made me kind of laugh out loud was Stanley Cologne.
Stanley Cologne.
I'm sorry?
Stanley.
Exactly. I don't know what being a legend smells like. But they were selling it. It's buy some Stanley Cologne. It was $60.
God bless him. God bless him. He's living the old age that everybody wants to. Being able to just sell himself. At this point, who cares? Make as much money in your name as possible. I applaud Stanley.
It smells like the Hulk.
Yes. I'm not sure if you guys it smells like the Hulk. I can't imagine what that would be like. Just whatever that purple spandex underwear he's wearing.
Was there a good Ninja Turtles presence there with the IDW comics and such?
I will actually say that there was a surprisingly large Power Rangers presence.
Power Rangers. Interesting.
To the point where I was in the autograph area at one point, and all of a sudden I saw a crowd just suddenly start to suck up to one point. And you see the crowd start a movie, you kind of have to see what it's about. And then all of a sudden everybody starts belting out and just screaming "Go Go Power Rangers" theme song. I get over there and get a look. The guy who played Tommy the Green Ranger was there, running around with a bunch of cosplayers doing Power Ranger stuff and just filming everybody singing the Power Ranger song in his glory. Like it was the 90s all over again.
Was it Jason David Frank? Yeah, it was Jason David Frank.
Yeah. It took me a minute to realize it was him because he has short hair now.
He's jacked now, man. He's jacked, covered in tattoos. He's a real martial artist. And it's really cool to see that presence because a lot of people, he's probably the only person out of the Power Rangers to actually still be in this industry because I know we were talking about it on the second podcast about the Red Ranger. I thought the Red Ranger was in gay porn.
Ranger.
I thought he was in gay porn, jacked up, but apparently...
You were convinced of that for
I was, but apparently he's just a chubby EMT in the Los Angeles area. He totally gave up on acting completely. I know the Blue Rangers is an openly gay activist.
What he does at home with his webcam is his own business, but as far as we know, he has not been.
He serves the people as a EMT.
And he serves the people as well.
He's primarily an EMT. There might be some side business, but you don't know that.
Yeah, we don't have any proof. We can't corroborate that evidence right now.
Where are the Power Rangers now?
Apparently, they were just all at Comic Con. That's where they're living in the Javits now. I don't know what's happening. Do you guys watch sci-fi at all?
A little
No,
bit.
no.
Okay, so just to throw it out there, there's been a couple of TV shows that they put on recently. One of them was Heroes of Cosplay, which sort of followed the likes of Holly Conrad and Jessica Mearson from the Comic Con movie, the Morgan Spurlock movie. Also, there's a few others, just sort of notable people. Yaya Han was one of them, and a few other notables from around the country. So that was kind of a cool thing, and it just kind of followed them through different conferences and doing their different, design and construction of cosplay. Now, after that show, I'm sorry, go ahead, Phil.
Oh, I was going to ask you if there was at all any Star Trek vibe going on at Comic-Con this year.
Well, both the captains were there, Picard and Shatner.
Awesome.
So,
We had the Picard. We had a reunion of Star Trek Generations going on there. Did they were riding horses and everything.
yeah, there was a photo op for whatever reason, like individually. I think they were like $60 or $70 a piece, but if you wanted to get both of them together in one photo, it was $200.
Oh God, yeah.
Maybe that's why. Like, now I'm in the Nexus. Captains.
Once you're in the Nexus, you never want to get out.
Those are always more expensive in the Nexus.
You'll see Whoopi Goldberg in there, and you'll be paying full price for that. So
Exactly.
I'm sorry, guys. I just got distracted because I looked up where the Power Rangers are now.
no, that's okay. We needed to wait. We needed to stall.
I'll just
for
quickly
time.
run it by. Okay,
you were
Red
delayed.
Ranger is now, according to IMDb. Oh no, he's not in Los Angeles. He lives in Washington D.C. and works as an EMT.
Oh, we were asking about Washington D.C. stuff. Yeah.
Okay, the Pink Ranger, Amy Jo Johnson, is now on the show Flashpoint, so she's still acting. So I was wrong. Of course, Jason David Frank is an MMA fighter and still does his acting stuff. And I was dead on. I guessed at this. The Blue Ranger is of course, he's gay, and of course, he was the gay Ranger. And also, he's an accomplished gymnast, but he's also a gay activist. Black Ranger is still beating up people dressed as putties. Apparently, I did not know this. He's missing his middle finger on his left hand.
Really?
Weird thing.
Gave it to the six-finger man.
Feels like there's a story there.
Yeah, it's the extra finger that they used in The Princess Bride for Mandy Patinkin.
The Yellow Ranger is
People know
dead.
that.
The Yellow Ranger's dead. She passed away in a car accident in 2001.
Yeah,
That
that's so
sucks.
sad. That's what they tell you, John. They tell you it was a car accident, but we know what really happened.
To be fair, Asians can't drive.
I'm like in loving memory of Thuy Tran or whatever her name is.
Wasn't Speed
And you're
Racer-
like, Asians can't drive. What an asshole. Playing the part of Scumbag D-Ray is Colin the writer. Thank you, Colin. Thank you very much for that.
I'm actually just reading off his Twitter as we do this.
He's monitoring this conversation, playing Cyrano de Bergerac with it. Or sorry for that mispronunciation of the name, Roxanne. For
Cyrano de Bergerac.
Thank
That's
you.
how you pronounce it.
John.
But moving on to a different subject right here, because we don't have like an hour or 2 hours to record. You guys, of course, I think that every show we have something to say about GTA 5 or GTA Online. One cool thing during New York Comic Con is they had a panel for GTA 5, and they had all the voice actors right there. So I saw a really cool video where a fan went up and asked the voice actor of Trevor to come up and or to yell at him, "Go fuck yourself." So the actor actually got off the dais, ran to his phone camera, and goes, "Fuck you, fucking shit!" And then he walked back up to I was like, that was really cool. He seems like a really cool guy. But
It's
what do you
cool
call it?
when people embrace those parts of themselves. We were talking about that in the pre-show. Like someone like Aaron Paul with the part of Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad. If someone goes, "Will you call me a bitch?" He'll go up to you on the street and call you a bitch. And it's good.
Bitch.
He's like, "Oh, you want me to call you a bitch? I love the word bitch. I say the bitch all the time." I'm happy to be famous for the word bitch.
Yeah, science, bitch.
Yeah, magnets, bitch.
Bitch bought me a house in Arizona, bitch.
It's desensitizing, that word.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. I don't have his name, but let me bring up this for our next story because it's GTA, and we may not be talking about playing the game, but there are really cool stories that were revealed during New York Comic Con that involving the actors. One was that awesome thing that he did for a fan, But Franklin's voice actor, GTA 5. I just didn't have his name right here. I want to make sure I get his name right.
Which goes to also something we were talking about while John's looking that up. The fact that in GTA this time, for the main characters and a lot of the other voice actors, they didn't use celebrity voices. They've spent most of the money in the budget of the game to work on the game and hired some lesser known voice actors that are getting fame because of this. Which is really cool.
They went the Star Wars route.
Yeah.
They made one of the most popular games in the whole entire world out of giving them a chance and stuff, because if it was like Ray Liotta or people that we knew, it's like, I don't know, it would be out. We would just think of him like, if Ray Liotta was playing Michael, we would just consider him Henry Hill from Goodfellas. So, but Sean Fontano, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right. He is the voice and likeness of Franklin Clinton in Grand Theft Auto 5. Was asked which person he would love to be like, he could have portrayed. Like, if you could have played any Grand Theft Auto character, who would you love to have played? He replied Carl Johnson, CJ from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. He was the main protagonist for that. And the cool thing is, he actually, they asked if he was working in any projects with Young Malay, who is the voice actor of CJ's voice. And when I guess Greg Miller, who was the moderator during the panel, he asked him, like, what are you working on? And he goes, I can't really talk about it. So could you imagine? That's actually really cool, because I put it out there as far as rumor. It'd be really awesome to see Franklin and CJ, like an older CJ, because apparently there is an Easter egg in Grand Theft Auto 5 where the crew from San Andreas is actually in the game. Like they're riding on their bikes.
I've heard a rumor, and I think we might have talked about this on a show earlier, a rumor that they may connect the games.
That would be so awesome.
On a reissue of the game coming for the new systems before a new
Grand Theft Auto comes out. Horse shit right here, because I will refuse to buy an Xbox One or PS3, because I just feel like especially Xbox One, way too expensive for the system right there. I know that it's next gen and it's supposed to be a new media thing, but it's like, fuck you. I'm having way too much fun with my Xbox 360. And
it kind of feels like this is the alpha version of like an Xbox One. Like they're working out the kinks now, because this is all the functionality they promised us.
Yeah, do you know how shitty the Xbox 360? I still have the original Gen 1 of Xbox 360. And the thing is, literally, they created... Here, you got to think about this. The Red Ring of Death. They actually gave it a name because they knew it existed. Why would they still sell it? I'm like, oh yeah, that's the Red Ring of Death. It's like, you don't have that problem with the new gen, because they've gone through like 3 iterations of the Xbox 360, and I finally got it right. I have both, but I still had the original one with the detachable hard drive and all that other stuff.
Yeah, that's the one I have still.
Yeah, it's like that first generation right there had problems, and I guarantee you Xbox Ones is going to have problems until they fix it out. Like they were saying that, do not put your Xbox One vertical, because the optic drive may burn a hole through your game. I'm like, why would you do that? It's like, I've never done that before, but that's kind of weird how people would, they put it out there before the game system even comes out. But it would be really cool, getting back to the topic, of seeing Franklin and CJ in a DLC for the current gen game, and further on the PC version, the next gens and everything, and having kind of like a separate DLC for each character would be wicked awesome, because I know that BioShock Infinite is coming out with a bunch of different DLCs, one that are based on storyline or just shoot 'em ups. I know the first one that it came out was just shoot 'em ups. Second one right here is the something, it's a precursor to the original one. So it's like it's when Rapture was still going strong and everybody was happy and there's still regular humans going around, and I guess it was right before the fall, and you're playing. And of course, I don't want to talk about any spoilers and stuff, but I saw a lot of great stuff because I saw the first 10 minutes of the game, and I was blown away. I was like, really cool. I still am not the biggest fan of their graphics, but their storylines are fantastic. So, and I love the twists that they have inside their stories. But what do you guys think about as far as, because we all play the Grand Theft Auto. How would you guys feel about that DLC? Would you pay money for it?
Like $5. Is that money?
I mean, I think there Grand Theft Auto does have a history of doing things like that, or releasing certain games that are based around characters that are side characters in it. So I think if they're gonna do some sort of DLC, I think Colin's right, about $5 or so for a couple missions, a couple storylines that are interacting, unique characters. I think that would be fun. I'd pay for it a little bit, anyways.
I'd probably pay the standard price for DLC around $12, $13.
I think if anything might come good of these new generation systems coming out, when I think everything for this current gen, which should be going for at least another couple of years, should be cut in price.
Yeah,
think,
no, definitely. As far as decreasing price, because I would love to see that, because people, like, we have two different options right here, and also because we're in new gens, I know that they should drop the prices as far as consoles. That's what we were talking about in the last podcast with Jesse, because Jesse wanted to get a PS3, but you gotta wait. Wait till it price drops, and the slim drops in price, because they're gonna slowly stop making games for it, because I know that they stopped making games for the original Wii, and that depresses the shit out of me, because I actually have a Wii, and they're just focusing on that dying
don't get
dying
into it. It's
program
not dying.
about
Games
Wii
haven't
U.
even come out yet. How can a system die before the
It's
good
dying, man.
It's not dying. It's just we're in this like immediate gratification society, and
Denial.
people can think it's dying
Denial.
all they want. I'm gonna be sitting at home playing awesome fucking games on my Nintendo.
I do want to see the Fabulous one. Is it the Fabulous 100?
The
Wonderful
Wonderful 100.
Wonderful 100. I would love to play
And
that game.
I'll be sitting at home playing Mario, playing Bayonetta 2, playing the new Zelda games. I'll be playing tons of games that will make me very, even if it's just a first party developing platform, Nintendo's not going anywhere, and they're going to keep making great games.
Moving on. Okay.
Moving on.
Moving on.
You started it. You took an unneeded shot at Nintendo.
Okay, we're gonna
Got
talk
it
about
go
something
there.
that's NSFW
go.
right now. It's pretty risque. Colin, you're aware of David Cage, are you not? Do you know who David Cage is?
David Cage. I don't think I am.
David Cage is the guy who created Heavy Rain, and he's also the guy behind the new game with Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe called Beyond Two
The guy from
Souls.
those
Yeah,
commercials that you
Dafoe.
Is
But,
that The Last of Us? The game with Ellen Page?
No, that's funny that she got mad about the developers creating somebody that looks just like her and stuff, or a younger version of Ellen Page. But
Smells
I haven't.
like a marketing ploy. That's all I'm saying. Smells like a marketing ploy. Like
Yeah,
if
I
Josh
actually
Green
thought that was
going
Ellen
out to
Page.
Sleepwalk with me.
I was like, man, she's putting out 2 games. Like shit.
Damn, she busy.
But hackers will do what they do, and if it's possible, they will break a code. And there's a particular scene inside Beyond Two Souls where Ellen Page takes a shower. And normally video games back in the day would just do a cutscene. Even like Grand Theft Auto 5, they do a cutscene. Like if you're fortunate enough to entice a stripper to come home with you, you just walk into the building and you hear noises, then you come out and you're done. But no, they had to go full well with different cool camera angles. So a hacker who was able to get and break into the QA portion of the game was able to change the camera angles, and voila, Ellen Page is naked for you on your screen, which is pretty awesome. I check it out right here. Currently last week on Reddit, a username DG Mockingjay, and he's currently right now on Reddit. He popped up and listed a bunch of screenshots of a naked Page. Of a naked Page M rated Beyond the Souls. What I'm trying to read now, I'm messing up. Literally, he posted naked screenshots of Ellen Page in the shower, and I was like, right on. I was like, that's pretty cool. And because
He's doing God's work right now.
he is doing God's work. God bless him, because
that
it's like
sounds exactly like the,
show little
fire
ass shots, show some titty shots. It's like, dude, I was like, that means that Ellen Page actually did mocap of her taking a shower, and they actually created a naked Ellen Page, and she,
Or they got her
was
from
she
going
physically
through security at an airport or something.
It's like, did you really, like, was she aware of this? Like, could you imagine she'd be like, oh, no, mocap and stuff. We're not gonna show the full body. Okay. And all of a sudden she realized, what? People can see me naked? Shit. Where's my
Maybe
cheeseburger
that's
phone?
for mocap. Yeah. Call my lawyer on my cheeseburger phone. Fuck this
Do it
shit.
now. But I guess either the same guy or somebody else was able to like, okay, if I can do this for Beyond Two Souls, can I do this with Heavy Rain? Voila, just came out today on Kotaku. Both of these articles are courtesy of Kotaku. I just want to let you know. And the writer who posted this article right here is Patricia Hernandez, a female. On Friday at 4:30 p.m., she posted this article right here with the video, like with the shot of her in the shower scene from what you see in the game. Like, with the cool camera angles. And then she actually has a hyperlink to the Reddit, the subreddits for the naked, naked Ellen Page. And also somebody was able to do this for Heavy Rain as well. So it was pretty ending. It was pretty interesting.
Working for us. I love
Pretty
it.
much, yeah.
I love it.
I love the
Internet,
pink fish.
We love you.
Whenever there's nudity on Kotaku, they always pull out the pink fish. Like, the pink fish is back. The pink fish.
It's aptly named. It's like that's exactly like another story I heard on Twitter, which I just found on Kotaku, which is the BioShock creator is begging people to please stop making Elizabeth porn.
I heard about that.
So
Please.
he's basically saying, "Internet, please stop being the internet."
Because it's really creepy because no, I can't even because that would be a spoiler. The reason why he's so attached to Elizabeth and stuff. So, and how it's creepy for him to see it in that way. So it's
Well, it's usually based off someone he knows. It's probably his wife or his daughter, so it's got to be weird for him.
no, it's actually based off a European model, I believe. And I
okay.
saw pictures of
And he had
what she
really
really
weird
looks like.
fantasies about. And he's like,
Yeah, he's probably friendly with her and stuff, but it more or less, okay, I'll break it to you. It kind of feels like a daughter to him. So seeing that kind of stuff, it's kind of like an old boy kind of thing, and he wants to stay very far away from that.
Did you hear in the
It's
Robert
like, no, stop, don't.
the
Please.
most recent Robert Rodriguez movie that came out, the newest Machete movie? He has the girl that was in the Spy Kids movie in the movie, all dressed like a whore, and he's referred to her as he thinks about her as a daughter. So
That's
what
nice.
that's what he does to his daughter.
And Machete Kills, she's on there. Lady Gaga makes her her acting debut.
Yes, she does, if you call it that.
And of course, there is no naked Lindsay Lohan in the movie. So sorry, kids.
But Mel Gibson is a villain in it.
See, they try to get Mel Gibson as the villain for the Expendables 3.
They're just trying to get him in movies again because he's an awful person.
Did you ever Did you ever see Get the Gringo? That's on Netflix. It was directed. That's how bad it is. He can't even make a movie that has a Hollywood release. It goes straight to on demand. So it was actually a really good movie. It was very reminiscent of Payback. Payback was one of my favorite Mel Gibson movies because he was just such a bad ass in that movie, and I just
Has
enjoyed
like a
it.
really bad disposition through the whole movie.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Right here, and
Enjoyed it.
I wanted to cover one more video game story that I thought was really. This is definitely heavy. Oh, before we go any further, no, actually, I'll ask you after, Colin. I had a particular question for you about Comic-Con, but I'll ask it after this particular story. All right. I know that I talked about it in previous podcasts for the fact that I've actually wanted to assassinate or have people assassinated and put out hits on people online. But apparently it's not just GTA Online that people want to have people killed. So this story is a man hires assassin to kill son's WoW avatar. So that's actually... According to reports, a man in China became so exasperated by the amount of time his unemployed son was spending playing World of Warcraft that he decided to do something about it. It seems that the lad had quite a software development job just after 3 months and was doing nothing to find another one. So he got laid off, so he just didn't care. All he played was World of Warcraft. Showing perhaps a rather limited understanding of how things worked, Mr. Feng hoped that killing the 23-year-old's character off repeatedly would put him off of playing altogether, and then hired a virtual assassin to do just that.
And they start graveyard camping him and stuff, just hanging outside the graveyard every time he respawn.
That's awesome. I was trying to teach him a lesson, or if he was just going for Father of the Year.
No, he's definitely like I understand that's a great idea because he just literally
play
wants.
with my son.
That would definitely demotivate me from playing Grand Theft Auto Online if somebody just hired somebody to kill me every time I logged on. Like they got a little text message, Jace Down's on Grand Theft Auto Online, time to go kill him. So
That's pretty much just what's happening now. By the way, that's
Yeah, with the
pretty
hit
much where
squads
we're
and
at.
stuff.
oh my god, dude, forget about it. Because the thing is, these people like myself and a bunch of other people, we have jobs, so we can't really play. So let me ask one particular person that, no offense, doesn't have a job at the current moment. He is a freelance writer, but he has a lot of free time to play Grand Theft Auto Online. So he's
Very
building up his.
flexible, yes.
Yes, you're very flexible. You're able to get it up, you're able to get it up.
He can get it up anything he wants.
That's
John.
right.
That's right. I'm going
Shut up, man.
Now that you turn that picture off, we can get it up anytime we want.
But you're able to play a lot, so, and I know that
I'm
you're able to
able
get
to,
in
yeah.
there. So you've seen a lot. So that's pretty crazy
We're
how
all
I've
people
seen
like
some
you,
things and
people
some
like
stuff.
people like you and college students who like to get high, and yes, only exclusively college students that like to get high.
Yeah,
but it
only
just
college students like to get high.
like that kid that we were playing the death match with
Yeah.
in the meth area
In
of
between
Sandy
waves,
Shores.
she's doing bong rips.
He's like, hold on, man, let me take a rip. Oh yeah, let's go shoot some people.
Let's go get that chopper.
But people like that. What do you call it? Unsurprisingly, okay. According to Sanguine Daily, he managed to find killers who were at a much higher level than his son, despite all hours of his gameplay. Unsurprisingly, even repeated deaths did not put Xiao Fang off. They did, though, make him realize something was up, and one of the assassins eventually admitted that his father had taken out a virtual contract. Could have been much worse. Less fortunate WoW addicts have, for example, been subjected to electrical shocks as a method to aversion therapy. And boot camps designed to tackle the problem are so harsh that inmates have been disabled or even killed. So interesting.
It's interesting how masochistic the game itself of Warcraft is when you're playing it. Take it from someone who's played way too much Warcraft in my life. That playing it itself is a very masochistic sort of feel. So the fact that people are needing to go to support groups to get away from it. I wonder if this one day this son will thank his father for doing this. I wonder what the conversation they have when the son confronts the dad about this. Dad, what'd you do?
Yeah, when he gets home from the factory building PS4s, he's going to be like, thanks, Dad. You really set me right.
Wow,
It's like, you son of a bitch.
this episode's so racist against Asian people.
It's all our fault to keep doing wacky shit, man. Speaking of excellent segues, hey, John, do you know I went to the premiere of Zero Charisma? The Nerdist Industry is putting out a movie about tabletop gaming.
Ooh.
Interesting.
It's,
Now, let me guess.
it's a
Will
co-
Wheaton. Will Wheaton.
No. It's actually, it was something that premiered at the Austin Film Festival that apparently Jonah Ray saw through the grapevine, passed it up, and now Nerdist Industries and Tribeca Films in New York are distributing it. It's a comedy. It's kind of hilarious. I saw it. It was great. I met the filmmakers and the star of the movie, who kind of looks like Willem from Mallrats, if that makes sense to you.
Yes. The fat guy from
So he
American
looks-
History X and a bunch of other.
Play a lot
The
of
one that says, "Hey,
tabletop gaming."
Brenda."
Yeah.
Oh, look, a sailboat. Hello?
Hey.
Hello? Colin?
Bitch. Exactly, that guy. So the tagline for the hello.
Hello?
I'm still here. Can you guys hear me?
I can still hear you.
Okay, cool. I will continue. So the tagline for the movie is "You can never take the game too seriously," and it's about a guy who is a DM or a dungeon master, as you guys might know, and he sort of sets up his own game, and he's sort of it's a great human tale. It's not just one of those like let's point and laugh at the nerd culture type of comedies. It's about this guy who has a really bad, troubling family life, and how he kind of reverts to the one thing he has control over, which is his tabletop gaming and his friends. Now they get infiltrated by this hipster nerd who's sort of like the arch nemesis in the movie. And some hilarity plays out, but it's also got a lot of heart. So, I mean, I would definitely recommend you guys seeing it. Zero Charisma it's available on demand most places. It's on iTunes right now. And yeah, it's really, really good.
Oh, so it's
Hipster
available
nerds
right
played by
now.
all the guys from The Big Bang Theory.
The
Trading off.
guy looks like James Franco. The hipster nerd looks like James Franco. And he works at Geek Chic in the movie. It is sort of a conversation that's been stirring a little bit that I've heard. It's like, well, there are like real nerds, and then there are like the hipster nerds. But I guess one thing the movie pointed out to me that I
There's a
thought
difference
was good
between
is-
nerds and geeks. So I guess.
Yeah.
Or it's just the same thing with any generation of what's the popular mainstream. In the same way there were people that naturally wore flannels in the 90s, and then the ones that went out and bought the flannels at the Gap when Smells Like Teen Spirit came out.
Exactly.
It's
So
called
it's like
grunge.
that popularization of like hip culture and the idea that nothing's really cool until it's over. So sort of it takes a little bit of a bite of that. John Barrowman from Torchwood, Doctor Who, and a few other things was the moderator of the Q&A there, and yeah,
Oh my god! So you were close. You were close to my man crush.
Yeah, I high-fived him.
Oh, you
Oh,
asshole!
you high.
I
You
was on the
fucking
aisle.
asshole!
Can John use your hand to jerk off with?
It's not a sexual thing. I just,
No, I'm good.
I want to be near him. I want to be
It
with
was
him.
really cool.
I just want to be near him.
I just want to
It's
love
not
him.
sexual. I just want to love him.
I fucking love John Barrowman. That dude is the fucking shit, man.
Yeah. I'll give you an option, John. I have John Barrowman with the left, but I fist bumped Sergeant Slaughter with my right hand.
Oh,
I met
Up to you.
Sergeant Slaughter. That guy's old news.
that's the biggest.
So
shit in the
sad.
world.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. I actually asked him, I go, "Are you the real Sergeant Slaughter?" Because he's fucking old now. He's like Mickey Rourke from The Wrestler and shit. And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, man." Let's put up my fist. And he bumped me. I'm like,
Boy,
"Okay."
you just really made his day. Like, hey man, are you the real Sergeant Slaughter? Wow, you're old. Bye now.
Are you
I know.
Sergeant Slaughter's dad? Because you kind of.
Meaning A, he looked like shit. B, he couldn't be alive. He must be really old and dead. You must be a replacement guy. Like, what do you think he is, Gallagher?
He's Sergeant Slaughter too. Oddly enough, he still had a G.I. Joe logo on his fatigues.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't know he still had that deal, but okay.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't. He's almost like Adam West with the whole Batman thing. I'm pretty
Just
sure
won't
that
give
they
it up.
probably sent him. Yeah, exactly. He's trying to like remember me, because if he just walks around, people gotta think he's just this weird militant guy. Like, but he has to say, "No, I'm from G.I. Joe." Get it? It's like, oh, great. But getting back to Zero Charisma, Metacritic actually gives it a score of 63, so that's a little bit better than average. But of course, Metacritic is a bunch of freaking assholes. So,
Well, the interesting thing is, when I was talking to the filmmakers, they were saying that the biggest negative reaction they've gotten is from people who haven't seen the movie. Of course, it's sort of like the trolls out there. They mean like, another movie about nerds. I get what you're doing with that. It's like, no, it's a movie about people who happen to be into really nerdy shit, and it's interesting.
yeah. But, I totally agree, because the thing is, it seems like it's like two things that are pretty oversaturated in the market right now are nerd culture and zombies. So a lot of people go like, "Oh, another nerd show." It's almost like, "Oh, wow, another video game podcast." Whoa. But yeah,
It's
I
like
guess
vampires of the '90s with the interview of the
Exactly.
vampire craze.
there will always be that kind of particular kind of thing going on. But you have to see beyond, like they say, always since back in the day, never judge a book by its cover. It may be involved as far as the topic, like, it has people playing video games in there, but you have to see beyond that because there's a story behind it. I think there was a German movie that came out where it was like this kid who was like, he looked like Jake Gyllenhaal, and he was constantly picked on at school and stuff, but the way that he lived and I guess got through life was through his
People
avatar.
pooping on him.
People were pooping on him. Excuse me, in between. Sorry, I just coughed because you're killing me. You're killing me. But he lived through his avatar. So the majority, like I think a portion of the movie was him in like a kind of like a World of War settings where he was actually able to be a real person, where people didn't judge him and stuff. So I think that a lot of people find that way as far as detached, because a lot of people right here, it's all about like, oh, I'm a jock, I'm a this, I'm a that, and check me out. It's all about social status. It's like, dude, it's like when you're in a video game and you're playing a character, it doesn't matter how cool or different your character is. Everybody's just trying to work to one particular goal. Of course, you have griefers, but essentially you can get a crew together and do like, missions or what would you call it? They're not missions, they're like quests.
Jobs.
Quest jobs, whatever. But it's pretty cool that you brought that up, and I'm very fucking jealous that you're able to do that. Thank you very much. So, did you get to see? You've seen the whole entire movie, Colin, right?
Zero Charisma, yes.
Yes. So, what would you give it? Well, what kind of score would you give it?
Higher than average ratings. I mean, like, if we're talking about like an out of 10 ranking, I felt like it was a really fantastic indie movie. I'd have to give it like a 7 or 7.5 or an 8.
Nice.
There was very little wrong with it. Like it was very well produced. It's very professional looking, so it's not like a shitty like college student independent movie. But it hits a lot of really important stuff, and it's funny. And yeah, I think it pays a nice homage. And the main character, as I kind of described, is like he's the fat sort of Willem character. He's not like a cool kid in nerd drag.
Wow, that's an interesting way to say it. Nerd drag.
Yeah, I totally stole that from the creators, but like that's pretty much what the creative culture is now. It's like let's put Jim Parsons in a hoodie and like with like the Flash logo on it, and he's a nerd now.
Yeah, put some glasses. Like literally, if I put on a flannel, I'm now considered a hipster, just the way I look. So
maybe it's just cold. Maybe I just want to wear a flannel.
That's why I wear the baseball hat with the Boston Red Sox logo on it, because I'm trying to separate myself. Nope, hipster. Put on the hat. Not a hipster. Because why would a hipster wear a baseball cap of their local team? Even though I don't watch sports.
You're being ironic.
Oh no!
You're wearing it because you don't think you're gonna wear. You are hipster.
No.
Screwed, man.
Me and
You're
Jesse
screwed.
are hipsters now.
Double-edged sword, man.
That sucks.
There's no escaping the irony.
Excuse me, double-edged lightsaber. Oh.
Oh no!
Sorry, it's like we're on Big Bang now. What's the last?
Bazinga!
Bazinga!
That's funny. Bring it up right there. Just to end it on a last story. There was particularly two different things that I wanted to talk about, but I want to ask you guys what you wanted to do as far as the last story: a Justin Bieber story or a Bohemian Rhapsody cover story.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Can we combine the story? Is Justin
Are they
Bieber
both?
doing a Bohemian Rhapsody cover? I think we got time to do those last two.
Okay, Justin Bieber. Because the Justin Bieber story involves Deadmau5, so I always like it when Deadmau5 is causing shit on not causing shit, but literally talking shit or like literally going like fuck you, because Deadmau5 seems like the voice of a lot of different people out there. Like I saw on Tosh.0, there was this kid who got a web redemption as far as like he's 17 years old, and they had a video called "The World's Worst DJ," and like he wasn't the world's worst DJ. I've seen worse, but literally like real DJs, like maybe like Avicii or like other people, but like not to say Avicii said it, but more popular DJs be like, fuck this kid, this kid's awful, go home and go to bed. And the one person that stuck up for him was Deadmau5, and he's like, fuck all the haters, keep doing what you're doing, doesn't matter, you're 17, you're gonna get better. It's like, fuck, just tell all those douchebags, pretentious motherfuckers to go fuck off. And he put it in a tweet. It was really cool. I'm like, but right on, but here, this makes me want...
Virtuosos, people that have talent just being born with it and can just do it without practice, that doesn't really exist. It's people need to suck before they can be good at something.
Yeah. There's always a starting thing. But, it makes me... This news report makes me regret watching that stupid Justin Bieber movie over and over again, because I had to watch it because I have a girlfriend.
Wait.
I have a girlfriend, and my girlfriend wanted to see it, and I think she was sick.
You watched it over and over again?
No. It makes me regret watching the movie.
Oh, okay. The way you said it, sounded
No, I watch it every night.
That movie over and over.
I watched the movie once, and it makes me regret actually being like, oh yeah, he's a talented kid, hey, whatever. No, fuck him.
That's the only thing I'll give.
Fuck him.
Whatever gets her in the mood, right? Whatever gets her in the mood.
God, this kid is such a pretentious fucking dick shit, and he's touring around Asia. He's touring around Asia, and I guess a previous story, a couple weeks ago was, he was at Great Wall of China, and he didn't want to climb up the stairs, so his two bodyguards carried him. Always.
And they also put dead virgin blood on the stairs.
Like, literally, it shows somebody snapped a picture that was behind him of these two people. Like, he's sitting on the shoulders, like one cheek on each shoulder, while they're carrying him up to the top.
He's like Eddie Murphy at the beginning of...
it's like Coming to America. Yes, no, he's literally being treated like this.
They're putting rose petals. You cannot walk without rose petals.
And then this kid walks around without a shirt on, and he's just complete pretentious douchebag. Like, dude, put on a shirt, man.
Walk around without their shirts.
I don't have my shirt on, but he was in South Korea, and their particular DJ, Michael Woods. I don't know who he is. I don't know, but this story was interesting because the title of the story is Justin Bieber punches Michael Woods' manager for not complying with his hip hop request. Michael Woods was performing a gig in South Korea, and then the pop star Justin Bieber came up to the booth with his big security guards and demanded that Michael Woods start playing hip hop instead of dance music. And all of a sudden, it's funny how, like, the article says, when Michael Woods politely declined, Bieber took a swing at Woods' tour manager and then fled behind security. So Michael went on Twitter and started blasting Justin Bieber and, like, doing the @Justin Bieber. He's like, next time you want to take a cheap shot at my tour manager, Justin Bieber, stick around and follow through instead of run like a little pussy.
Okay. See, that answered what my first comment was going to be, that I almost wanted to give the Beaver there credit for saying at least he took the swing himself. He didn't say, bodyguard, go take the swing.
No, he's a little
him.
bitch, man. He was probably drunk or something like that, because I've seen stupid videos. Not to glam over it and stuff, but he's like, so when I told Justin Bieber to go fuck off and put some clothes on, he took a cheap shot at my tour manager and fled behind a wall of security. So that was pretty, like, good for him. It's like, you know, he's playing dance music. He's an EDM DJ, meaning electric dance music. And Justin Bieber strolls up with this entire huge, like, you know, it's almost like Xerxes from 300. And he rolls up and starts playing, play some hip-hop, man. I want to see some hip-hop. I want Little John or whatever it is. But Deadmau5 just goes on a tirade doing @Justin Bieber stuff like, you know, dear Justin Bieber, would you please grow the fuck up already? In the meantime, put a shirt on and stay away from the nightclubs. Someone needs to jump on Justin's stage and start telling him what to play. I apologize on behalf of Canada.
Could you please stop playing such shitty music, Justin Bieber? Could you play some good music?
Can we get Kanye to, like, just jump on a Justin Bieber-like stage and just interrupt him and see what that would be like?
I'm sorry, but if you grew up in my face, I'm sorry. He goes, I'm sorry, but if you got up in my face while I was performing and demanded for me to play some bullshit, I'd probably punch you in the neck.
Yeah.
Someone needs to turn the Bieber fan replies of my timeline into a drinking game of sorts. Get it on, Delta Pi.
Just for a little aside, to anyone going to a club to see a local original band and you yell, play some Skinner, you're the same type of asshole.
Yes, exactly. Complete fucking horseshit motherfucking
Play
asshole.
some Skinner, shut the fuck up.
Freebird!
Yeah, just shut up. Don't come
No,
to my
Colin
stuff.
Colin has been known to do that while he's very drunk.
Well, again,
I've
he's
seen him
doing
do
it
that.
ironically. He's not serious. He's not some dumb yokel that's sitting at a show going, play some fucking Skinner, like really wants you to do it.
I'm not getting actually angry that they're not playing Freebird at the
He's
moment.
not actually. I don't think Colin's throwing beer bottles at the stage because someone's not playing Freebird.
True. The last time I was at a stage that had like a cage around it because the beer bottles was Roadhouse.
Yeah, Roadhouse. There was a blind guy sitting down playing guitar. And there was Sam Elliott and Patrick Swayze were there. It was weird.
There's a chick with 80s hair dancing on a table.
Oh, gross.
A lot of coke was floating around. Crazy.
Yeah, it's a crazy time right here. Coke and naked Justin Bieber. And
I think it was hilarious how it, and I'll get back to the Bieber in a second. I think it was hilarious if you rewatch 80s movies now, how many of them had such, like, passive cocaine use. Like, even like Crocodile Dundee, he comes in the kitchen, pours the guy's cocaine into a steam and has him start, sniffing cocaine. And that's what I think Justin Bieber's doing. And I think Justin Bieber needs a serious drug habit. I think he needs to stop just partaking.
he
a
probably
little bit.
already does. He just hides it well.
No, I want him to have a breakdown. I want him to have a really bad breakdown and lose everything and have to have redemption in the third act with a montage or something. I mean, he needs a
Britney moment.
He does. He needs something like that. He needs some humbling Britney type moments.
Yeah, I feel like there's like some guy out there with a master playbook for like teen pop stars being like, all right, so in your 6th year, so right now you need to like...
It's Corey Feldman. He's the one. he has the master plan.
He's the puppet master behind the scenes.
Yes, he's behind this whole Bieber thing.
It's like, now get a crazy car and lose a bunch of weight. And get a cocaine colonic while you're at it.
Do it now. I'm going to be a voice in the new Ninja Turtle series. Ha ha.
Somebody put me in that fucking Ninja Turtles movie. This is fucking great.
I'm back. I'm Corey.
And you hear, put me in the Ninja Turtles movie. He was actually
other Corys. There can be only one.
He was actually one of the people they were considering on casting as Marty McFly in the Back to the Future remake.
Nope.
Corey Feldman?
No, not Corey
I know,
Feldman.
I'm
Justin
kidding.
Bieber.
Oh God. I don't even want to
He needs to be like Zac Efron. He needs to be like Zac Efron and get a really good coke
There's
habit.
so much wrong with this. They're making a Back to the Future remake?
No. There were
that's
talks
sad.
about that.
Okay, thank you. You scared me to shitless.
Yeah, don't do that, John. Come on.
Hey, don't do this to us.
Okay. All right, let's move on to a lighter subject to close out the show. A physics graduate student at Montreal's McGill University is making headlines for his educational take on the Queen classic Bohemian Rhapsody. Tim Blaze, 23, created a Sheldon Cooper-friendly a cappella version of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody and renamed it called Bohemian Gravity, with new lyrics explaining the string theory in just 8 minutes. So literally, this dude, I don't know if you guys know what string theory is, right? No.
I mean, I understand. I don't understand the complexities of it, but I understand.
You know what
How
it's
everything
for.
is connected.
Everything's connected. It's yeah, I do know it a little bit. I
Really
saw some
advanced.
movie where it was talked about.
Yeah. Yeah, science, bitch.
But I actually bought it on iTunes after I heard it because it's so fucking clever. I was like, holy shit. I was like, I loved hearing it, man. I listened to it probably daily. So it's like, and he's doing it all. He's doing one of those like multiple windows where he's doing every sound for the music. So I was like, oh, wow. I was really impressed. Like, I don't know if we were allowed to play it on the podcast and stuff, but definitely want
People
to
should listen to it. It sounds awesome.
No, it's really dope. Here, let's see if it, my computer's freezing. So
And just from an educational standpoint too, I think the more things you can turn into musical mnemonic devices, the easier things are for people to learn.
No,
I mean,
definitely.
I still remember all 50 state things, or from Cheers in the episode where Coach has to teach Sam how to pass high school history.
I need to develop a song. I need to write a song about all the bones in the body. I mean, like not like the
hip
Animaniacs
bones.
one. I mean, like the entire, all the bones, like everything, metatarsal and all that other stuff. So it's just
Oh.
Connects to my smoking bone.
the smoking
And
bone
the bridge is cartilage. It's all about cartilage.
cartilage.
It connects, keeps us all together. Ooh.
It's flexible, but you can't grow it back.
Don't you wish you had something like a cat? Yeah.
Okay, I think that we're about to wrap this up. So we should wrap this up right now. You could find us at couch_masters on Twitter. You can check us out at facebook.com/sitandbemerry. That song is probably going to play right now. So
Oh,
hopefully-
John, Jesse will be performing in the Catskills in New York. With,
Are you sure it's the Catskills? Because I thought he was only allowed to play inside New Mexico.
Oh, was it New Mexico? I know it's with Yakov Smirnoff this week, though.
Oh, okay. So he's actually playing Yakov.
Yeah, he's doing a very
guest appearance.
special review with Yakov this week, and I mean, he's collecting. That's why
He's playing the
collecting all
spoons.
He's
what?
collecting all the apples so he can deliver Yakov's. What Yakov's pay is, he requires 3 green apples and a Granny Smith.
3 green apples and a Granny Smith. That's actually pretty good. Because normally Yakov Smirnoff wants 10 greens and 15 red granny apples.
He really likes Jesse Zach.
He
so
really likes his beard.
He
So-
does.
And he's a painter, so he likes to paint the apples.
So
Like
Jesse,
Yakov
have
always
fun.
wants to
check
eat
out
'em.
Jesse's show.
So the Jesse Show out there in Albuquerque, New Mexico at the Giggles Boner Hut.
Boner Hut, yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Boner Hut.
Boner Hut is great. You know,
They
they had to
love
shut
what
it
they've done
down
to
because there was too many boners in there, but then they moved on.
And they redid the interior.
And new management. New management's always good.
It's better than the sausage roast. You know what I mean, guys?
Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me
Block
now,
clean.
Colin, you're at 3 Pint Analysis on
Yep, number 3 pint analysis.
on
Check
Twitter.
me out if you on Twitters, and if you want to check out the recap I did of the Walking Dead Survival Escape last night, you can check out the videos and photos I got from the Intrepid there.
Yeah, some cool stuff. I checked out a lot of that. Definitely check that out. It's really cool. As much as John hates The Walking Dead, it's
Yeah, I'm done with that show. It's premiering tonight at 9, and it's
You're not
one of the-
watching?
one of the few nights when I'm actually happy I don't have cable. So
because it would be like cigarettes. You'd be encouraged to do it. You
yeah,
wouldn't be
it's like
quit it.
American Idol, man. Like when you watch like the disasters of people who can't sing.
Love
I love watching that, but then it hooks you because you catch those good people that sing, and then you're
Yeah,
like,
and you end up rooting for those few people.
yeah,
you
and then
wanna
all of a
watch
sudden
to
it
the
brings you
end.
all the way to the end. It's like, fuck you, fuck you. That's all I got to say about that. So you can find me at JStown on Twitter and JStown Studios and the Couchmasters on Facebook and all this bunch of crazy things. And thecouchmasters.com.
I'm sorry, couchmasters.com. You can find me at IGotIssuesMan or issuesprogram.com.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Colin, thank you very much.
And zombies are so popular that there's going to be a Tom Cruise movie that comes out starring Tom Cruise as a zombie and where we learn to feel how zombies feel.
What?
Yeah. No, it's not happening. But
God.
you believed me. You believed me that zombies are that overdone.
How dare you do that at the end? We do not want to.
It's called Warm Bodies.
We need to. Yes, we need to wrap this up because I don't want to know the marathon ending. Because literally, I had to loop that song twice just to capture all the end stuff. Because Jesse wouldn't shut the hell up. Done. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone.
Say goodbye, Colin.
Goodbye.
Go home. Show's over.
Is like Apple headphones fine?
Huh?
Is like Apple headphones fine? Like iPod stuff?
Yeah, fine. Totally cool.
Cans? Can I put on some cans, as they say in the biz?
Let's put on some cans and shaky cans.
Can.
Now we're just being silly.
Yeah, now we're just saying the word can a lot.
When
Can
you just
do.
said that, it sounded like you said Camelot.
Ah!
Oh, now we're talking about Excalibur. Now we're cool again.
Yeah, now we're back on the...
Very manly. Drinking mead and eating horse legs.